I have to admit, seeing Harvey Weinstein in handcuffs is something I wasn't sure I would ever see. And it feels, honestly, really good.
Does it feel like the beginning of justice?
I'm cautiously optimistic when it comes to justice and this going all the way. But the fact is, he never thought he would have handcuffs on him. He never thought this day of reckoning would come for him. He thought he was above the law, and he was above the law for many, many years, but no longer.
But the wheels of justice also need to turn. You know, in the legal system, you are innocent till proven guilty. Do you have confidence in the justice system?
I hope I have confidence in the justice system. Again, cautiously optimistic. You know, there's so many people who've let so many of us survivors down for so long.
How disappointed are you that you won't have your day in court? Because, of course, your case is subject to the statute of limitations.
I am not disappointed that I won't have my day in court because he did this to so many of us, and our stories are almost all identical. So a victory for one of us is a victory for all of us. And more importantly, it shows to the world that abuse of power won't stand. That just because you have money doesn't mean you're above the law. That just because you're powerful doesn't mean you can get away with it forever. It just takes people telling the truth and being brave and pushing and pushing and pushing others to do the right thing.
Do you personally wish that you had told the truth about this earlier, shortly after it happened to you?
I don't think you know the case then or the history of it. I told people the first minute it happened. After it happened, I told people from the very first minute. I was just disregarded and not believed. I actually think they did believe me. I think they just didn't care.
But you also took $100,000 of Harvey Weinstein's money, didn't you?
Well, that's very shaming of you to say. I didn't take it. I requested it. I was trying to buy a billboard that said Harvey Weinstein is a rapist. And I do feel that whole you took money thing is a bit like, do you understand what this person did to our careers? Do you understand what this person did to our earning income capabilities, our art that we lost, what the public lost from so many wonderful actors that just wanted to do their lives and perform their art? I was in the middle of my second movie for this man. I wasn't trying to get a job. I had the jobs. So no, I did not take money. I requested it. And in my young mind, I thought $100,000 was a lot of money, bless my heart.
Do you think there's a danger that once the Harvey Weinstein case is gone, that people will sort of move on and forget about what actually happened?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think the genie is out of the bottle. People now know how to stand up to abuse of power. When I came forward and I helped with the articles that started, you know, about 10 months, almost a year ago, I wanted to show people everywhere that you could cut off the head of power and not just bite at the ankles. I wanted to show that we can topple monsters and giants, because behind the scenes, they're just bullies, just like bullies on a schoolyard. And we know how to deal with bullies in school, but it doesn't seem to. Once we get into the adult world, we let it happen. But it's really the complicity machine. It's everybody around that made it okay, and it's not okay.
And do you think that one case like this, the most high-profile case, with very serious charges, can change the complicity machine, as you call it?
I think it can change the complicity machine. I was in Hollywood recently, and a woman came up to me on the street, and she said she's a writer. And in the room that she works in, she said it was the first time she noticed anybody listening to her. So it's changing culture there in a lot of different ways. The reason why that's good is because that culture, Hollywood, that everyone makes fun of, goes out into the world, and it goes into your mind, your children's mind, and everybody else. And now people are seeing what kind of people are behind these movies that go into your mind and give you the mirror for you to look into. I think it's time for it to end. It's time for the people to be brave. It's time for people just to be honest. Get rid of the rotten apple, and then we can have, you know, a clean house. It's really not that complicated to treat each other humanly.
And of course, the cases and the allegations keep coming. Just yesterday, we heard that Morgan Freeman has also been accused. 8 different counts of sexual misconduct. What's your reaction to that?
It's not shocking. My reaction is, I lived in Hollywood for a very long time. I was there alone since I was 15 years old. You know, I've heard about a lot of people and a lot of things. My book, Brave, is not a tell-all. I could have destroyed that universe. It's sad. Morgan Freeman, people love him. He was God over and over and over, you know? It's heartbreaking, but people have to understand that, you know, if we can just clean house, then we can make room for better things to come along. And I know it's hard to see your heroes fall, but just know that maybe they didn't deserve to be your heroes.
Rose McGowan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And in regard to those allegations of inappropriate behaviour against the actor Morgan Freeman, he since apologised to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected.